So, you want to have your very own hamster. One thing that you need to know before getting a hamster is that you need a cage to put these little guys in. Cages range from $20 to $60, but I actually would recommend getting the cages that are, a little slightly above, which are these critter trail cages that actually have two stories to them, as you see up here with the little pad they can go into, or up here. That's a separate cage that was a little more expensive. It had like a turning wheel on it. But that's not where I'm getting at. It's just what I'm saying is that these kind of cages actually have the best, I think, range of options as far as what you get to do. I mean, you got, two exits on each side, so you can attach whatever attachments you need, and you can buy these at PetSmart or Petco, by the way, if you need them. Now, robo hamsters are really fast. They'll actually try to run away from you more so than not. And they would actually rather run than actually bite you, so that's a plus. They don't tend to want to bite. But if you want to be that kind of person that wants to pretty much strong arm them and make them do what they don't want to do, then pretty much any animal is going to be at the point where they just want to bite you. Unless you have like a really, really tame animal, which usually is not the case. Let's say you want to have some babies of your own. Like these little baby hamsters that came out, they took about 3 months to be born. 3 months of those mature 6 months old hamsters that were in a cage. And, I fed them the best food that I could find and everything, and it just took a long time. I know it usually doesn't take that long, but about, 20, 30 days usually on average. But for some reason, it was taking longer on this go around. Once the mother has had the babies sitting there for about 21 days, they're perfect to take out, or you can take the mother out. But you don't want to touch the babies at all, when they're born or during that 21-day period where the mother feeds them her breast milk, so that they have enough nutrition to be able to go on their own and start drinking out of that water dispenser and eating the food that you're giving them. And as you see right here, this hamster right here is eating something. I don't know what it is. It looks like a carrot from where I'm standing, but no, it's not. But it might have been just something that I've had in my things. Because sometimes I feed them my organic foods that could be going bad soon. Which, I've come to realize that hamsters are kind of like a long step in the process of getting rid of food that you don't need. I'm sure cockroaches are way far longer on the line, but I think that the smaller the animal, the more that they can handle, or not handle, but more scraps they would probably consider eating. Now, these hamsters are natural born runners. During a night cycle, they can run the equivalent of 4 human marathons overnight, just overnight. So they have a lot of energy. They're just full of it. Speaking of full of it, they have no control over their bowels, so if they are full of it, and they have to go. They just go where they go. You know, I actually grab them and put them in my hands, or they try to run away all the time. There we go. There we go. We have a hamster in my hand. But yeah, they'll just go on you, you know, when you're holding them. About every time I hold them, I smell urine from them. And you know, every other time they'll crap on you. You know, you think that they'd be comfortable if they can take a dump on you, you know, but there's other signs that show that they're even more comfortable, like grooming themselves. But still, just like they're doing right now, that's grooming right here. And that shows a little bit of comfort. But I mean, still doing that, you know, I don't really think that they're 100% comfortable. They're just probably comfortable in their own environment as far as their well-being is concerned. But the little ones, they can't run as much as fast, but they're learning. You know, it's a new process for me. I just got into the breeding, and this is the first litter of 6 pups right here, I guess you could say, because that's what they like to say in the breeding world, I guess. You know, but these hamsters, they're just the cutest thing ever. I know. I mean, I thought that the big ones were cute, but when I got a hold of these, I just couldn't get enough of them. Now, when it comes to taming these little critters, I would suggest going out with the babies. You know, once you get your babies, start taming those, because that's the easiest way you're going to do it. If you're messing with the store-bought hamster, I mean, it's just nuts. You know, they're not, you know, born to be housebroken. You know, these are wild hamsters. You know, who knows where these are coming from. I mean, it's possible to tame these guys. I mean, these guys are pretty, I would say, pretty laid back nowadays. But you know, a couple of them, or maybe just one, will scream when I pick it up. But there's a female that I know that just lets me pick her up, and she does not scream at all. She trusts me now. When they you know, a lot of them at first, they always just squeal and never want to be touched because they think you're gonna kill them. Well, obviously you're all big and all that stuff, but they, you know, obviously are scared to death because who knows who could hurt them. Even if I was a caring person, you know, who knows if I, you know, just did something stupid one day. But I'm not that kind of person. I actually love animals so much that I don't see how I could ever hurt one of these guys at all, even for fun at all, you know, like giving it to another animal to eat, or, you know, doing tournaments and betting money. I wouldn't do that, so that's how I feel. Now, once these babies, you know, are at that 21-day period, and you take the babies from the mother, about 3 months, and I think they'll be perfect for breeding. 3 months. And I was doing some research with some other YouTube places. There's really not a lot of, you know, YouTube videos online, except for just information on the web. So I figured making this video would be slightly beneficial to the hamster community. This little one right here has a little bit of doo-doo stuck to it, if you see right there. That's kind of nasty how it doesn't see that. And that's, you know, one of the reasons why I just don't understand how there's a lot of intelligence in animals sometimes. But I guess for some, they probably don't even care as long as it doesn't bother them. Whoa, that looked like it hurt. And you always wonder, what purpose do these hamsters have in this world today? Not really much of a purpose, unfortunately. But the best thing I have found is that they help us find issues in our day-to-day diets. These hamsters' stomachs are running at a fast speed. and they're so small that, I mean, they detect anything at the highest percentage. So if they got a heart attack, from anything, it would take, you thousands times longer for us to get it. And if we used a hamster to see that kind of scenario to test it out, we might be able to have some, scientific breakthroughs by testing hamsters to see which reacted to certain diets. Well, we all know logically that an organically grown diet for these hamsters are gonna keep these living and sustaining a quality of life, just like anybody else that's a vegetarian, even as humans. But I guess I've heard some animals can't really be vegetarians. But that's a whole nother subject. You can feed these hamsters cashews, mangoes. You can't feed them almonds. I've heard of that. But pretty much any nut besides that. I've fed them cocoa paste. And all the stuff I've really fed them was USDA organic, except for the pets food that they sell at PetSmart and Petco, which is probably not as healthy for the pet, but it's cheap for them to make. So if you really care about yourself and your pet, you'll both eat organically grown food, and nuts, spices, and all the other good stuff. I think they know that they're being recorded. Yeah, they look like they have a lot of energy and they're excited. The little ones, I can only see that they're excited just because they get to play around and have fun, and they're not always picked up by their mother now and being tossed around. They have their own little atmosphere where they can just disperse themselves. Yeah, these moments right here when the hamster goes up to the water dispenser and you see it drinking from the dispenser, those are just precious right there as a baby hamster starts doing that. And that's what you're going to see, within 21 days of birth. And it'll be fully ready by then, as I described before. But, I'm just trying to get these hamsters going and see where it leads. But I have these on my website. They sell right now for $5 a piece for the babies, and then you can get the adults for $8. And that's on iPayCashForElectronics.com. But it's only locally based, so you can only order it in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And last known location was around 20th Street and Camelback Road. If you're looking for organically grown food, you can always get it at Whole Foods, Sprouts, or Fresh and Easy. But if you want to save money, you can go through your neighborhood. What are they called? I don't know why I'm sounding so dumb right now. Farmers market. I don't know why I couldn't even say it, but yeah, farmers market. Yeah, once you go to the farmers market, you get good deals on crops, and they're organically grown. You might even want to talk to the farmer. You can go up to his farm, pick some fresh fruits and vegetables, straight from the farm. And eat them right away. It probably has a lot more nutrients if you just eat it, straight from the vine. But now I'm going to another subject. But thanks for watching this video. I hope it's helped you, and I hope that you learn more about these hamsters and their lives and how they can change us, and so we better ourselves in this environment. Good day. Please subscribe.